Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
A safe, quality ride. That's the E.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University. Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
A safe, quality ride. That's the E.
I'm Cole Caulfield, and I played college hockey.
I'm Adam Fox, and I played college hockey.
I'm Jake Gensel, and I played college hockey.
I'm Johnny Gaudreau, and I played college hockey.
Whether you're a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
Getting you to where you need to be. That's the E.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
It's time to make the PSAC yours. More than 7,500 student athletes working to become champions in 23 championship sports at 18 universities, educating more than 118,000 students, and supported by an alumni base of over 900,000. All in and all ready to make the PSAC yours. It's the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Good afternoon, beautiful people, and welcome back into the Roost, the infamous Irish pub on the campus of Mercyhurst University. I am the host of Laker Talk, Tim Quinn. Thank you for tuning in on the PSAC Sports Digital Network. We've got some great guests today, but before we get into it, we've had a couple of weeks off, no shows in the last 2 weeks, so let's get you caught up with the Lakers. The wrestling team split their 2 matches in the Lake Erie Tri-Meet, losing to Lake Erie College before defeating Fairmont State University 42-5. It was an impressive weekend for junior Dylan Walker, who was the lone wrestler to pick up both wins in his matches. He'll be joining the show as our first guest today. The women's basketball team is making like the wheels on the school bus because they are rolling right now. 5 consecutive wins, 4 straight on the road. Game 1 of their 3-game homestand coming up will be this Thursday inside the Mercyhurst Athletic Center at noon. Head coach Brooklyn Kohlheim joins the show today. The men's ice hockey team swept Canisius this weekend, winning Game 1 in a shootout before winning 5-1 on Saturday night. They've won 4 of their last 5 games and will take on Army this Friday night at 7 o'clock and Saturday at 4 o'clock. The women's ice hockey team picked up a road sweep over Lindenwood this weekend in Missouri. The team scored 12 goals over 2 games with the captain Sarah Boucher and Sophia Newton, each scoring 3 of those 12 goals. They will return to action in early January to take on Yale back at home. Men's basketball split the weekend on the road against East Stroudsburg and Kutztown with a Jeff Planutis legacy game where he put up 39 points against Kutztown. He will join us a little bit later on in the show as well, with the team back in action this weekend in an exhibition matchup against Fredonia at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Also joining us on the show today is Ruth Ann Mineo, the new head coach of Mercyhurst Stunt. Certainly a show to watch today. Lots to look forward to. Our first guest, like I mentioned, the Mercyhurst junior wrestler Dylan Walker will be on the other side of this break. Stay tuned on Laker Talk.
Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
be. That's the E.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
It's time to make the PSAC yours. More than 7,500 student athletes working to become champions in 23 championship sports at 18 universities, educating more than 118,000 students, and supported by an alumni base of over 900,000. All in and all ready to make the PSAC yours. It's the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laker Talk. We're here inside the Roost on the campus of Mercyhurst University, and we're here with our first guest of the day. It's Mercyhurst wrestler, junior Dylan Walker. Dylan, thank you so much for joining me today. You've already won PSAC Wrestler of the Week twice this season, and you're currently undefeated at 9-0 as well. You dropped down in a weight class from last year. Last year at 174, this year 165. How has that impacted you to this point?
Well, first, it feels good to be undefeated for the first time in my season. From 174 to 165, it's just, I think it's the small things. Wrestling's wrestling. Smaller guys. I was actually I guess I could consider myself a 165-pounder. I weighed real light last year for 174. So just the small things.
So like we said, you dropped down the weight class, and your first match in that new weight class this season was against number 3 ranked wrestler Alec Cook against West Liberty here at home. What changes go into your preparation at a new weight class?
Again, I feel like when you drop down to a weight class, you're going to be bigger. And then you have to work on, like I said, technique. I knew he was good. And then bringing up the conditioning part, I feel like before that match, I had the match just mentally. I was ready.
Yeah, and we talked after that match about maybe the changes of your body feeling going in, maybe a little bit dehydrated, but when you're on the mat, it doesn't seem like it's affected you. It has been a great combination of effectiveness, efficiency, and explosiveness. You were All-American in your freshman year and a 2-time All-Conference selection as well. What are you looking forward to most for the rest of the season at this new weight?
Doing what I can for the team. I have big goals for the team, and then I have big goals for myself. I think it's been too long since Mercyhurst had a national champ, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
So we also talked earlier this year about your role as a leader on this team, now stepping into that upperclassman role in your junior year. You said that you're a leader not with your voice but by example and on the mat. What do you think the team has to do tomorrow against Ashland to find success?
All matches are going to be close. It's college. I like to tell myself, you only have a couple years of college wrestling and then you're done. Just give it your all. Mat awareness, how much we don't like to focus on the time, but look for points. Don't think about if you win or lose.
We also earlier this year talked about the road journey that you guys go on very early. You had the opening at home back in November, but you guys don't return home until late January. How does that affect the team being on the road very early in the year? You're not wrestling in front of the home crowd. You're not wrestling at home. You're doing a lot of traveling. How does that affect maybe the mental side of it, the physical side of it, and your team's preparation?
With wrestling matches are wrestling matches. That's why I like to look at it, and our team looks forward to the home duels that we have because of the excitement. I don't think being away for a while affects our mindset. We just need to finish unfinished business. We kind of get looked at as like the underdog, so just put our foot on the ground and get the W. So
you mentioned Mercyhurst hasn't had a national champion in a long time, right? And that's something that you're absolutely looking forward to this year at the new weight, 165. You've got off to an excellent start already. What is one thing that you're going to have to do to maintain that success throughout the season?
I'm just going to have to go with mental focus. All matches are going to be close. Especially with Midwest, Nationals, these close duel matches, even if a couple of your buddies in the beginning of the duel, they didn't get their hand raised, you still need to do what to get the W. So
The wrestling team is back on the road tomorrow to match up with Ashland, which will be at 7 o'clock. Make sure to stay tuned on social media for the results. Dylan Walker, thank you so much for coming on the show. Congratulations on the 9-0 start.
Thank you.
And passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
A safe, quality ride. That's the E.
Welcome back to Laker Talk. We were just on with Dylan Walker, and now we have the Hazleton Reaper, Jeff the Gator Planutis. Jeff, a man of many nicknames and also a man of many points. First off, you had 39 points against Kutztown. It's the most points scored by a Laker since the 2018-2019 season. What was it about that game that felt different maybe going into it?
They were in a 2-3 zone a lot of the game. Our guards were really getting in the middle and just finding guys for open shots.
You were a perfect 13 for 13 from the free throw line, which is the most scored by a Mercyhurst player in 5 years. Is it one of those things where you get those first few attempts, they go in, you sink them, and you just start to get that itch? You start to roll a little bit at the free throw line, and you feel really dangerous, and you were perfect from that line.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially with free throws, your first few, when they go in, you get the confidence, you get the rhythm going into it. And free throws are something we really emphasize just to get the free points every single day in practice.
The team is 4-5 to this point, and you split the weekend with your first PSAC opponents. 2 of those losses came in Florida. What did you learn about this team during that trip?
Yeah, especially in Florida, it was real good for the younger guys to see really how elite of competition there is out there. Central Oklahoma is one of the best teams in the country, and they really gave it to us. Same thing with Colorado School of Mines. They're top 20. It was really good for the younger guys. They saw it firsthand, how good guys are really at this level, up close and actually on the court.
Since coming back home, you've been in every game. The 1-point loss to Damon, the 1-point loss to East Stroudsburg, and the 4-point loss to Deauville. What does the team need to change to be on the other side of those close losses?
Yeah, especially first half-wise. I feel like almost every game this year we've been losing at halftime. We really got to come out, build a lead in the first half, have a little momentum going into the second half. We have to be physically tougher. We've been getting out-rebounded. And just throughout the first 9 games, I believe we're getting outshot from the free throw line by 60 attempts. We have to be tougher, get into the rim, and trying to draw a little more fouls.
A big thing everybody was talking about, a huge talking point for your team coming into the season was admittedly it's a big turnaround of players from last season, losing guys who saw a lot of time, especially in the starting lineup. Michael Bradley, Micah McIntosh, Pip Ajay, Nick Lang, all really key members of this team last year. What was a valuable takeaway for you being able to play with them for a couple of years?
Yeah, really just seeing how a team should play. Me and especially those other 3-4 guys in the starting lineup were all very close. Besides Pip, the other ones were 22, 23, and 23. So you really understand how important it is to be mature out on the court. Age helps.
Aiden Reichert, one of those upperclassmen, right? One of those older guys who have gotten a lot of minutes, not only freshman year, but also last year, saw great minutes. What impresses you the most about his style of play now in his junior season?
Yeah, one thing you can really count on Aiden every day is how hard he's willing to play. He's always in the gym, and he really demands guys to give an effort. Even if things aren't going your way, Aiden's really always on you about playing hard, playing tough, and just playing together as a team.
So we talked about a lot of those key players that are not here from last year's team, but one of the benefits that you guys had from last season was getting a lot of playing time for some of the younger players. Sean Fullerton, Christian Gamble, Desan Doucette, some of those guys. How valuable was that for them in their growth?
Yeah, extremely, especially last year. They were able to learn from all the other guys every day in practice, just being behind guys who were elite at their positions for 3-4 years. A bunch of them started the majority of their careers. And they got a ton of playing time, especially the first half of last season. the first 10 games or so, they were in it almost every single time in the first half, mixing in with the starters and just getting more reps of actual game.
Freshmen again this year have some really good quality minutes off the bench. Adam Belinsky notably has nearly 200 minutes off the bench this season. Is it a difficult transition in your experience going from your senior year of high school and playing AAU then to being immediately thrown into the PSAC play in Division II college basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. Adam's only 18 or 19 right now. Every day you're going against guys in our league who are 22, 23, 24. There's a huge difference. It's his first time being away from home. I mean, he's really been impressive so far. Adam's super talented. But, yeah, it's a huge jump from high school basketball. A lot of times in high school basketball, you're the best guy on the court. Now it's like you're just in the rotation. So it shows you really how hard you have to work.
Head coach Gary Manchell's motto, mindset after every single game, never overlook the team in front of you. Take it one game at a time. You have a 3-game homestand coming up, but as he would say, you're looking at the next one up, and that's Fredonia in the exhibition game on Friday, or on Saturday, I should say. What are you looking forward to in that?
Yeah, we're looking to play as a team, trying to get that first half lead, just trying to be the better team by being more physical and just tougher, rebounding, playing as a team. We really have to win this game, this upcoming game, because 4-5 is an ideal start. We got to get 5-5 and then try and go 7-5 before the break.
Absolutely, and I wish you the best of luck with it. The men's basketball team takes on Fredonia this Saturday in an exhibition game at 2 o'clock inside the Mercyhurst Athletic Center. Catch coverage right here on the PSAC Sports Digital Network with myself on play-by-play starting at 1:45. Our final guest will be coming up on the other side of this break. It's Ruth Ann Minio, who is the new coach of the Mercyhurst stunt team. Hang with us on Laker Talk.
Getting you to where you need to be. That's the E.
It's time to make the PSAC yours. More than 7,500 student athletes working to become champions in 23 championship sports at 18 universities, educating more than 118,000 students, and supported by an alumni base of over 900,000. All in and all ready to make the PSAC yours. It's the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Welcome back on Laker Talk. We've had some great guests already, Dylan Walker, Jeff Planutis, and still to come is Coach Brooklyn Kohlheim of the Mercyhurst women's basketball team. But my guest right now is Ruth Ann Minio, the brand new coach of the Mercyhurst stunt team. Ruth Ann, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
So for those people who are unaware, it's a new sport at Mercyhurst and really a growing sport across the nation. Can you just describe what is stunt?
Sure. So stunt is governed by USA Cheer. So the NCAA doesn't recognize cheer as a sport. So they adapted the format a little bit and created a 4-quarter game. So it took all of the crowd leading elements out and just kept the athletic elements in. So we play a 4-quarter game, the first quarter being partner stunts, the second quarter being pyramids and tosses, the third quarter is jumps and tumbling, and then the fourth quarter is all of those things combined. So we play head-to-head on a mat against another team. We all go in with the same routines, and then whoever does the routine better gets the point.
So what is the feeling like? Because it's the first program in Pennsylvania. Is it a little bit scary to kind of bring that first program in and lead the way with that movement?
It's really exciting to be trailblazers in the sport. We have a few more teams adding in Pennsylvania next year, which is really exciting, but it's great to be the first ones on the ground getting it done.
What is it like building a program up from the ground, right? It's brand new, starting from scratch. Are there any extra challenges that come with coaching that sort of a team?
So on our team right now, we have a team of around 24. No one on our team has ever played stunt before. So it's teaching all of our athletes how to play the game. But with the foundations of cheer and gymnastics, they all can come into it and learn the game pretty quickly. What's exciting about next year is we have recruits coming in from California and Texas and all over the country who have played the game of stunt. So next year our team will look a little different. But I think as our team grows, it's cool to see the sport come to the East Coast from the West.
So what is the excitement like? Because it is a spring sport, right? You talk to all the spring sports, baseball, lacrosse, softball, and now stunt as well. You have that fall semester, that winter time where you just build that anticipation towards the season. It's almost like the main event, right? You're waiting for it the entire year, and then it's finally there. What's the anticipation like having to wait for the season?
So it actually really works in our favor being a first-year team because we have 24 routines to learn, where half the routines carry over year to year. So all of our opponents already have half of the routines under their belt and they know them. So we're playing a game of catch up this year. So it's really nice to have all of fall and winter to be able to catch up, learn the routines, and then be ready when spring comes.
So in early February, the stunt team gets their first taste of competition down in Nashville, Tennessee. What are you looking forward to most, not only to seeing the team in action, but to doing so on the road down in Nashville?
So we're really excited because Nashville at Trevecca, they're our sister team, and we're really close with them. And this first tournament in Nashville is all first-year teams. So our team gets to go in and kind of take the pressure off a little bit because all of the teams competing in that tournament are in their first year as well. So we're really excited for that to be our first chance to compete and be on the floor.
The students at Mercyhurst often very good at filling up, especially inside the Mercyhurst Athletic Center. You get sports like basketball and wrestling that draw some pretty good crowds, and no doubts a lot of anticipation with the student base as well with the Mercyhurst stunt team. Is there something that you're looking forward to for your home debut back here?
We're really excited for the students to see what stunt is because what we do is pretty cool and it is fun to watch, and you don't have to understand the game to watch it because people are flying through the air and it's pretty cool. So we're excited to really build the excitement on campus.
If you had one word to describe your feeling, like you said, being a trailblazer in stunt.
Well, it's very nerve-wracking, but we're very excited.
The stunt team makes their program debut February 2nd down in Nashville, Tennessee, before coming home February 10th for more GMAC competition. Thank you so much, Coach Miniam.
Thank you.
We'll return in a few moments. Our final guest of today will be head coach of the Mercyhurst women's basketball team, Brooke Kohlheim.
Hurst is home. It's more than just a phrase. It's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back into Laker Talk. We were just on with Ruth Ann Minio, the brand new coach of Mercyhurst Stunt, and now our final guest of today, the head coach of the women's basketball team, Brooke Kohlheim. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Coach Kohlheim, you've got the hot hands recently on the court, winners of 5 straight. What changes did you make from the first 2 games of the season to spur you on this streak?
Well, I think the biggest change was we got a practice slot. So going into the opening weekend, we only had Monday, Wednesday, Friday as a team for 45 minutes. So we knew kind of going into opening weekend, our offense wasn't really going to look where it needs to look. And I think we've shown growth. The more hours we have together, we're able to kind of iron out some wrinkles and grow towards some better basketball now that we have just a little bit more time together.
So you mentioned growth with your team, and seemingly every year your team grows and gets better. This year being the first time starting 2-0 in PSAC play since your first season. And this 5-2 start is the best through 7 games since 2020 and the 2021 season. What program changes have you instilled since becoming the head coach of this team to have continued success and growth?
Well, I think it's kind of having the right people on the bus and having the right people in the right seats on the bus. You know, I think we have some really, really good captains, some really, really good leadership that accepts accountability when they need to, and allows me to coach with a little bit more freedom. I think they're doing a really, really good job of transferring information from what's being communicated in the huddles to on the floor. And I think that's 100% due in large part to the makeup of our team. I think we have a really, really coachable team, and that's really the first thing that, or the first time that I could ever say that with true conviction on a Mercyhurst women's basketball team.
Yeah. It's also the first 5-game winning streak since that 2020-2021 season. A large part of that has been your defense. It's the best in the PSAC right now, allowing just 55 points per game. It's also your ability to hold on to the ball and not turn it over. You're averaging just 13, which is the fewest turnovers in the PSAC. Are those things that you were preaching before the season and really working on, or is it something that your team has just known that they needed to do and executed?
Great question. I think, so this year we did do something different. Every other year we've kind of focused on what the other team is doing. We're trying to scout their plays, take them away from certain sets and stuff like that. This year I think it was met with a little bit of trepidation a little bit, but our team kind of bought into it a little bit more. But we're really, really focusing on us and kind of what we can control, which, like I said, was really uncomfortable at first, but I think they're really buying into it. So really the three things that we can control is our defense, our rebounding, and then we're trying to clean up our fouling as much as possible. And I think those are really good indicators of, maybe some of those numbers that you were mentioning. But I think, your offense can kind of come and go, but I think our team is really buying into a defensive mentality that's kind of helped us chip away for some pretty solid road wins, too.
Yeah, absolutely. A few of those key players on your team this year, Bailey Coons, Danielle Grimm, who currently lead the team as the only two Lakers with over 100 points. What steps did they take in the offseason to really lead by example this year?
I think both of them caught the Holy Spirit, you know what I mean? Like, they came back from summer and they were like, we do not want to repeat another year like we did last year. I think everybody kind of looked at themselves in the mirror over the summer, but, I mean, their physique, their body types have even changed. I think, Bailey probably has 0% body fat, which I don't know if I should actually say on the air, but, Bailey just came back possessed, really, and same with Danny. But, if our two best players are the most selfless players, I think you have a really, really good team. And I think Bailey's the first one to get a double-double and want, the best for her teammates. And Danny gets a double-double, and I don't even think she notices it. So they're very, very selfless leaders. And I think that's a really, really good start to some really good chemistry that can kind of, carry us throughout some highs and lows that are soon to be coming because we're getting into the PSAC West. So.
Yeah, so you mentioned the team's been able to win on the road this year, and a lot of times you hear coaches saying that that's what good teams are able to do. They're able to go on the road, and even when they're not on their best day, able to pick up wins. But now you get to return for a 3-game homestand. Does anything change in how you prepare for a game when you're back at home in the Athletic Center?
Not really. I mean, really our focus, this is a really, really, really focused group. So it's not really much changes. I think they're looking forward to being at home. I think we travel really well, so a lot of our friends and families are at a lot of these away games. So I don't think anything really changes much from our end besides, maybe just looking at different wrinkles and what we want to exploit from other teams and what we want to focus on with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I congratulate you on a 5-2 start, 5-game winning streak. I look forward to seeing you guys play Tiffin on Thursday. That game coming at noon back at home. What's something you're most looking forward to start this homestand against Tiffin?
Really just kind of continuing our focus. Like this is a group I'll kind of talk about a lot. Like this is the first time where I felt comfortable as a coach to challenge them. Every other time I'm like, can I challenge them and not have any backlash or any finger pointing? So I'm really just looking forward to our growth. Our whole thing is just grow day by day and game by game. So I'm just looking forward to seeing us clean up a few things and seeing what it's looked like.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for coming on the show. Congratulations, as I said, on the 5-2 start. Look forward to watching the rest of the season. I think you guys got a very talented and a special team this year.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
That's it for Laker Talk. We will return after winter break for another episode. Make sure to get on campus this week. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. The men's ice hockey team takes on Army in an AHA series starting Friday night and continuing Saturday afternoon in the Ice Center. And trust me, you want to be able to tell your kids that you were there to see a Jeff Planutis legacy game on Saturday. But for now, from the Roost, I'm Tim Quinn saying so long from Erie.
Guys, that was awesome.